Okay, so just going to quickly go over this build. The DOFs you can see on the left, just a standard aux to bat setup. This is just a phaser build that I've been running on a few different ships. It's nothing special. Um, it's going for Drain X for the Quantum Phase Torp. It's not the most optimal thing ever, but it did the 128.7k there, so I mean it's okay. So I've got the Terran on, prolonged phaser from the Kobayashi Maru thing, not the best thing ever. The Quantum Phase Beam, 4 damage, 3 pens in the back. That Quantum Phase Torp I mentioned, Terran Deflector, Terran Core, a crafted Impulse Engine that has plus 33 Drain X, then the Temporal Shield for another 30 Drain X. The Flagship 3-piece, without the Science one, I have the Timeline Stabilizer on instead. The Plasmonic Leech, the Quantum Phase Console, the DPRM, and then the console from the NX. And then 4 plus beam tack consoles. So really, this isn't the most optimal build ever, but I mean, it works. Just give you something, just an example for you to go off of. Skill tree is actually not that great on this character. It's tack ultimate, which is good, but I have points in places that I don't need now, like Drain Infection. I could go through and respec this, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm saving my lithium up for something else. Intel primary, strategist secondary. Trait-wise, this is just it's all common. Beam barrage, a good day to die, anchored, self-modulating fire, intense focus, fluidic cocoon, fleet coordinator, superior beam training, superior projectile training. Emergency weapon cycle, supremacy, supercharged weapons, invincible, superior command frequency. I have the superior command frequency on because I often don't get dropped below 50% in most maps I go in. So this makes sure I can get the fleet support out, because in a good run, a fleet support can do 20k DPS on a Fed. Enhanced armor pen, tactical advantage, precision, advanced targeting systems, Yukar Ox offense. Again, not the most optimal, being I'm doing Ox to bat, and that goes to minimal buff most of the time, but I really don't care. I still run it anyways, and yeah. Bridge officer ability wise, I hate this ship, I'm just gonna say. It's not my favorite ship, especially now following Season 13 and how much of a performance hit all of these cruisers took. But distributed targeting 1, chemo 2, fall 3, tech team 1, beta 1, torp spread 3 for the quantum phase torp. Emergency power to weapons 1, emergency power to engines 1 with that emergency con hologram here. 2 aux to bats and an RSP 3 for survivability. Hazard emitters 1, charge particle burst 1. Charge particle burst is triggering the drain infection stuff, which I really don't care about. But it's also draining shields if I remember to hit it, which is an issue that I'll admit I have. And yeah, let's take a look at the parse. So just off the bat, wasn't the best run for me ever. I had 60% of the attacks in, and I was not running plus threat anything, so okay then. The player combat report. Let's see here. So you can see not the best fall ratio, nearly 1-to-1, which is trash. The quantum phase torp proc did 15.7k because I had high drain X, and that on top of that 9k, so that torp did around 26k of torp spread. The energy weapon can also proc the quantum phase transfer, but in my experience, they basically never proc it. You can see the Terran there, of course, being the best single beam. Prolonged coming in second. The 4 aft beams perform terribly, probably because my positioning is very off, being I haven't been running these things much. And yeah, it's pretty standard overall. So just wanted to go through that quickly. This was a build request. If anyone else has any other builds they'd like to see perform, if it's something that I can toss together with what I have, I might do it depending on the time. I can say I'm going to be very busy for the next few weeks, but I'll see what I can do.